we caught the evening news, and on the news was our nanny. And
What?
she
Oh my
had
God.
been arrested for a very dangerous and violent criminal offense.
Wow.
And
I could
that's
tell
something
it's
that
still
stuck
very
with me.
emotional for you right now. Like I can tell it's just even hard to talk
Yeah.
about a little bit.
Yeah, because in our family we've always been very close. We only relied on our family, during that time. And so it took a lot for my mom to invite someone into our home, and it took a lot of adjusting for me as a child, and to have that trust violated in such a way.
Mhm.
It's a scary thing.
How
So
old were you at that time?
I was 8 years old,
8 years old.
and
So,
definitely left a
old enough to really understand what was going on, but really maybe not completely able to process all that, you know? So that's kind of an interesting. So did you
right.
feel that that left kind of like a lifelong mark and kind of just maybe in the back of your brain or in the back of your heart?
Yeah, absolutely. And I took that with me, that anxiety and that need to go farther in my vetting process when I was looking for a nanny myself.
Right.
And I worked with agencies. I did a little bit of looking on my own, like many families do. And we had lots of challenges. We had lots of nannies who were experienced, but not reliable. They would just not show up.
Mm.
But I have to tell you that when we met the one nanny, the special nanny that came in and transformed our entire life. I don't want to sound over dramatic, but that's how it felt.
Sure.
It was life changing. We had someone finally that we can depend on, someone who was experienced, someone that we can trust, someone who was kind and compassionate. And she became part of our family. In that, we created so many memories together. We celebrated milestones together, birthdays. And then at some point, my father got sick with heart failure, and he ended up having to move into our home. And our nanny was there to still support our family and even, helped him wherever she could to make him feel comfortable when I was at work. And then when my father passed away, this incredible woman, she was there to be the strength for our family. And she helped, keep the smiles on my kids' faces when I didn't have the strength to slap one on my own face. Um, it was just, I think it was that moment when I realized that it was more than nanny care. This was a person who celebrated milestones, grieved losses, the ins and outs, the highs and the lows of every family.
Yeah, a family member,
We
as you
we
say.
went through it together.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
And
that's what I hope to offer to other families through my agency.
well, and it's really wonderful. I mean, in a way, I mean, you look back and you wish sometimes these things didn't happen, but it gives you the experience of you really had two sides of it, right? So you kind of had the worst, finding out that your nanny as a child was, you know, a criminal. And then you had the best where you found, so you, it's wonderful because you weren't ended up jaded about it. You were like, no, this can be a beautiful experience. It's about finding the right person. And then this is where you come in with your experience and with your, because I wouldn't know what to look for. You know, I wouldn't know. That's why I would love to just work with somebody like you because you're coming from a different perspective. You're asking questions that I might not know to ask. So it's almost like you're perfect for this job.
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you. I definitely get a lot of joy out of it. I love vetting the nannies. I spend a lot of time with our nannies. In one case, recently, I interviewed a nanny for 2 hours. I mean, there was just so much to learn about her, and I really try to connect with our nannies. Learn about their experience. Yes, their experience, their job history. That's incredibly important. But I also want to know who you are. Who are you? What are your values? What are your philosophies? What are your interests? And I think that's what helps when I'm matching nannies with families.
Yeah, that's excellent. So if you liked that clip, subscribe to our YouTube channel to watch the full episode and for more clips.